Today, I'm doing something different. I mixed three things I really love: sci-fi, pixel art, and RPGs. Finding games that combine all of that wasn't easy, but I picked some really unique ones. So let's get into it. Here are 12 pixel art sci-fi RPGs you absolutely need to play. Halcyon 6 is one of those indie RPGs that feels way bigger than its budget. It mixes base building, tactical combat, crew management, and exploration into a single package that's surprisingly addictive. The story begins with humanity on the edge of extinction after a mysterious alien force wipes out most of the Federation. You take command of the abandoned Halcyon 6 station, and your job is simple: rebuild everything from scratch while trying not to die. The game shines through its hybrid structure. You expand the station by excavating rooms, researching tech, training officers, and unlocking new ships. Each officer has classes, skills, and personality traits that change how they behave in combat or diplomatic encounters. It gives every mission a tabletop RPG vibe, like you're guiding a quirky sci-fi crew through constant disasters. Combat is split between space battles and ground encounters, both turn-based and both heavily inspired by classic JRPGs. Every attack has synergy, debuffs, or combo effects, encouraging strategic thinking instead of just spamming damage. The chiptune soundtrack combined with retro pixel art makes everything feel like a modern take on old-school sci-fi. What really sets Halcyon 6 apart is how unpredictable the campaign is. Factions react to your choices, events spiral out of control, and every cycle feels like a desperate fight to stay alive. It's tough, but never unfair, and every victory feels earned. For fans of tactical sci-fi RPGs that reward planning and creativity, this one is absolutely worth your time. Phoenotopia Awakening is one of those pixel art RPGs that looks charming on the surface, but once you start playing, you realize it's way deeper than it seems. You follow Gale, a simple villager who's forced into an adventure after everyone in her hometown mysteriously vanishes. What begins as a small rescue mission quickly becomes a massive journey across a world full of secrets, legends, and ancient technology. The game blends exploration, puzzle solving, platforming, and RPG progression into a surprisingly rich experience. Every region feels handcrafted, with unique dungeons, towns, enemies, and hidden upgrades that reward you for paying attention. Combat is deliberate. You don't mash buttons, you time attacks, manage stamina, and look for openings. It's challenging in a fair old-school way, especially in boss fights that demand precision. One of the biggest strengths here is the world building. Phoenotopia doesn't rush its story. Instead, it lets the world speak through NPCs, ruins, item descriptions, and the small moments you experience along the journey. The soundtrack adds an emotional layer to everything, shifting from peaceful village themes to mysterious dungeon melodies and epic boss tracks. It's also packed with side quests, optional puzzles, hidden relics, and upgrades that encourage exploration. If you enjoy RPGs that reward curiosity, this game nails it. Phoenotopia Awakening is heartfelt, challenging, beautifully crafted, and one of the best modern pixel art adventures for players who want something memorable and full of soul. Chef RPG is one of those games I personally enjoy a lot. It's a relaxing, stress-free RPG that you can play at your own pace. Instead of saving the world or fighting monsters, you're building a life, exploring a cozy town with a subtle cyberpunk vibe, filled with neon signs, quirky shops, and characters who feel right at home in this retro futuristic atmosphere. It mixes RPG progression, light simulation, and exploration in a way that feels calm, warm, and satisfying. You start as a traveling chef looking for inspiration, but quickly become part of the local community. Every NPC has a personality, routines, and small storylines that make the town feel alive. Your main goal is simple: collect ingredients, create dishes, improve your skills, and build a menu that reflects your style. And gathering ingredients never feels stressful. You can forage, fish, farm, or trade depending on how you like to play. The cooking system is surprisingly deep. Different recipes require different techniques, and experimenting with flavors is part of the fun. Over time, you unlock tools, upgrades, and decorations for your restaurant, giving you a sense of progress without demanding endless grinding. What really stands out is the atmosphere. The pixel art visuals mix cozy charm with small cyberpunk details, the soundtrack is peaceful, and the pacing is perfect for players wanting something slow and refreshing after a long day. There's no pressure here, just a wholesome RPG where creativity and exploration matter more than difficulty. If you enjoy chill gameplay, light RPG mechanics, and building something meaningful in a stylish cyberpunk town, Chef RPG is definitely worth your time. Star Renegades is one of the most stylish and unpredictable sci-fi RPGs out there, combining tactical depth, roguelite structure, and gorgeous pixel art animation. Every run feels like you're leading a resistance squad through an endless war against an interdimensional empire, and the game pushes you to adapt constantly. Battles use a timeline system where every action matters, interrupting enemies, delaying their turns, or landing critical hits at the exact right second. It's incredibly satisfying and makes even small encounters feel strategic. Between missions, you manage your team, choose upgrades, and shape relationships. Companions can build bonds, unlocking new abilities, or even powerful combo attacks. That sense of growth gives each squad personality, and losing them hits hard. Because of the roguelite structure, the Imperium evolves too. Enemies level up, commanders return stronger, and nemesis units hunt you down, turning every failure into part of a larger narrative. The overworld exploration is simple but effective. You choose routes, grab loot, fight elites, and prepare for the next day's battles. Even with procedural generation, the world feels coherent thanks to the beautiful environments and striking visual effects. And the pixel art animation is on another level, mixing retro style with dynamic modern flair. What makes Star Renegades so memorable is how unpredictable it can be. No two campaigns play the same, and the combination of brutal fights, team management, and constant adaptation keeps the tension high. If you want a sci-fi pixel art RPG that blends tactical combat, roguelite challenge, and addictive progression, this one absolutely deserves a spot on your playlist. Unsighted wastes no time pulling you straight into its world. A collapsing cyberpunk city where androids are running out of the one thing keeping them alive: consciousness. You play as Alma, awakening with fragmented memories and a single goal that grows heavier by the minute: save the people who matter before their time runs out. Every character, from merchants to companions, has a personal timer ticking non-stop, and that pressure gives every decision real weight. The moment-to-moment gameplay is sharp and aggressive. Alma moves with speed, combos flow smoothly, and mastering parries feels incredibly rewarding. Bosses hit hard, patterns demand attention, and the game constantly encourages you to refine your technique instead of relying on brute force. Weapon crafting and upgrade chips give plenty of room to shape your build, making experimentation feel natural rather than overwhelming. Exploration is equally satisfying. The city is full of hidden routes, shortcuts, puzzle rooms, and areas only accessible after acquiring specific tools. Each region feels distinct, with its own threats and secrets, pushing you to look carefully instead of rushing to the next objective. Where Unsighted truly shines is in its emotional tension. Losing someone isn't a scripted moment. It's a consequence of time passing while you're out fighting, exploring, or searching for resources. Maybe you'll save everyone, maybe you won't, but whichever path unfolds, the story feels personal because you shaped it. It's a tight, clever, and surprisingly heartfelt sci-fi adventure that stands out on its own terms. Hyper Light Drifter is one of those games that sticks with you long after you turn it off. Many of you probably know this one, and honestly, there's a reason it became such a classic. The game drops you into a silent, dying world full of ruins, strange creatures, and mysterious technology, and it never explains anything directly. Instead, you uncover its meaning through exploration, imagery, and the atmosphere that's always dripping with tension. The combat is fast and razor sharp. Dodging, slashing, and timing your moves right feels incredibly satisfying, and every enemy encounter pushes you to stay alert. It's simple on the surface, but once things get chaotic, you realize how much precision the game actually demands. Bosses, in particular, hit like a truck and force you to stay focused, learning their patterns until everything finally clicks. Exploring the world is just as important as fighting. Every region hides secrets, hidden rooms, upgrades, keys, shortcuts, and visual clues that reward players who pay attention. The game doesn't hold your hand, and that freedom makes every discovery feel earned. Pair that with the stunning art direction, the neon lighting, the ruined temples, the haunting vistas, and you get one of the most stylish sci-fi adventures ever made. What truly elevates Hyper Light Drifter is the emotional undertone running beneath its gameplay. The story is told through fragmented visions and symbolic scenes, but the feeling is unmistakable. This is a world trying to survive against inevitable decline. It's minimalistic, but powerful in a way few games manage. If you somehow haven't played it yet, this is absolutely one of those titles worth experiencing at least once. Starbound is one of those games that seems simple at first, but once you start exploring, it opens into a full galaxy packed with surprises. After escaping a destroyed Earth, you travel through space with a damaged ship and almost no resources, turning every new planet into a fresh adventure. Different biomes, creatures, dungeons, ruins, and cultures make each landing feel unique, and the game constantly rewards curiosity. What hooks most players is how your progression ties into the worlds you shape. You can build bases on multiple planets, upgrade your ship, craft gear, farm, mine, cook, and slowly turn scattered outposts into your own network of homes. Nothing forces you to rush. Starbound lets you choose your own pace, whether that means gathering rare materials underground or just relaxing while decorating a peaceful settlement far from danger. Combat is straightforward but fun, with weapons that have special abilities and enemies that behave differently depending on the environment. Handcrafted missions give structure to the story, but the real charm comes from the freedom to wander and create. Maybe you'll spend hours scanning ancient ruins, or maybe you'll recruit a full crew and focus on exploring the farthest edges of space. In the end, Starbound stands out because it mixes sci-fi exploration with a cozy sandbox feel. It's the kind of game you return to simply because it invites you to discover just one more planet. If you like worlds full of personality and the freedom to build your own journey, this one is absolutely worth playing. The captain puts you in the role of Thomas Wellmu, a scientist accidentally thrown to the far end of the galaxy while carrying data that could save Earth from destruction. What begins as a simple mission quickly becomes a long trip filled with tough decisions, strange encounters, and moral choices that shape your entire journey home. Every star system brings something new. A stranded ship asking for help, a suspicious alien faction offering a deal, or a situation where saving someone could cost you precious time. This isn't a combat-heavy game. It's a branching sci-fi adventure built on choices, exploration, and consequences that follow you for the rest of the run. Time is always against you, so every detour matters. Do you stop to help a dying crew, or push forward to protect Earth? The game constantly presents dilemmas like this, and none of them have perfect answers. What makes the captain stand out is how unpredictable everything feels. Some moments are funny, others are emotional, and a few are surprisingly dark. You can lose allies, break promises, or accidentally trigger outcomes you didn't expect, and the game doesn't hold your hand. Whatever happens becomes part of your story. Exploration carries the experience, with planets to visit, odd civilizations to learn from, and choices that shift depending on the risks you're willing to take. Each playthrough feels different because the game tests your instincts instead of reflexes. If you enjoy narrative-driven sci-fi with real consequences and a journey shaped entirely by your decisions, The Captain offers a memorable adventure worth playing. Beyond Galaxyland is one of those rare indie surprises that mixes charm, humor, and real emotional weight inside a colorful sci-fi world. You follow Doug, an ordinary kid whose life flips upside down when his dad is kidnapped by an alien force. What starts as a simple rescue mission quickly becomes a trip through strange planets, odd civilizations, and a universe full of personality. Each new location feels handmade, with characters that are quirky in the best way and situations that constantly shift between funny, weird, and unexpectedly heartfelt. The game plays like a blend of classic adventure storytelling and light RPG progression. You explore different worlds, talk to eccentric NPCs, solve small puzzles, and make choices that push Doug deeper into a conflict far bigger than he imagined. Combat isn't the focus, but the journey keeps you engaged through its pacing, world building, and constant surprises. Every chapter introduces something new, whether it's a bizarre alien culture or a moral decision that challenges Doug's understanding of right and wrong. What really makes Beyond Galaxyland work is its tone. It never tries to be overly dramatic, yet it still manages to deliver moments that hit harder than expected. The writing is sharp, visually everything is vibrant and expressive, and the overall adventure feels warm. The kind of story that sticks with you simply because it has heart. For players who enjoy narrative-heavy RPGs with a fun sci-fi twist, lively characters, and a world that always rewards curiosity, Beyond Galaxyland is a delightful and engaging trip across the stars. Dex is one of those cyberpunk RPGs that slipped under the radar, but absolutely deserves more attention. Set in a neon-soaked, gritty city controlled by megacorporations and criminal networks, the game follows a young woman hunted for reasons she barely understands. From the moment you step into Harbor Prime, the world feels alive, full of shady deals, glowing alleyways, hidden terminals, and people who always seem to know more than they're willing to say. Gameplay blends real-time combat, stealth, platforming, and RPG dialogue choices, letting you approach situations the way you prefer. You can punch your way through gang hideouts, sneak through vents avoiding cameras, or hack into networks to disable security from afar. The hacking system is especially memorable, a fast-paced twin-stick shooter-style sequence where you dive into virtual space, dodging firewalls and destroying hostile programs. One of Dex's biggest strengths is its quest design. Even simple side missions unfold into deeper stories involving corruption, AI ethics, underground movements, or the darker sides of human augmentation. Choices actually matter, sometimes in subtle ways, shaping how characters react to you or how certain events play out later. The pixel art style mixes with smooth animations and atmospheric lighting, giving the city a unique identity. Retro, but modern, dirty, but beautiful. The soundtrack also nails the cyberpunk vibe, with electronic beats that fit perfectly with late-night exploration. If you enjoy dystopian sci-fi worlds, flexible playstyles, and stories that dig into themes of identity and control, Dex is a hidden gem worth playing from start to finish. Subterrain Mines of Titan drops you into a harsh underground colony on Titan, where survival becomes a constant struggle against failing systems, hostile creatures, and a world that feels like it wants you gone. You wake from cryosleep with almost nothing, forced to adapt quickly as you explore dark tunnels, abandoned facilities, and sectors long overtaken by something far more dangerous. Every step feels like a gamble. The game never allows real comfort. Exploration is slow, tense, and full of pressure. The colony stretches into interconnected zones filled with locked doors, broken machines, and areas that require special gear to access. Oxygen, temperature, power, and hunger constantly drain, turning even short trips into tough decisions. You're always weighing whether to push forward or retreat before everything collapses. Combat is heavy and unforgiving. Enemies don't just attack, they stalk, swarm, or strike from vents and collapsed passages. Weapons feel impactful, but ammo stays scarce, and healing is limited, forcing you to rely on positioning and timing. As you progress, the threats evolve into grotesque, mutated forms tied to the colony's downfall. What truly elevates the game is its atmosphere. Audio logs, notes, and environmental details slowly reveal what happened, adding a thick sense of mystery and dread. Each discovery feels earned, giving weight to the ruined world around you. Subterrain Mines of Titan rewards careful planning and patience. It's tough, gloomy, and unpredictable, but that constant tension is exactly what makes exploring its dying colony so addictive. And last but certainly not least, we have Death Trash, a game that's still in early access, but I'm genuinely counting the days to play its full release because what's available already is incredibly good. From the moment you step into its bizarre wasteland, you feel like you've crossed into a world where logic died long ago. Meat grows like moss across ruined machines, strange beings whisper riddles, and every corner feels infected with something ancient. Instead of guiding you through a structured path, the game throws you into this decayed landscape and simply lets you navigate the chaos. You wander through rusted deserts, abandoned bunkers, and settlements full of people who seem barely held together by hope. Some are friendly, others are unhinged, but every encounter deepens the sense that this world has been broken for a very, very long time. Combat is gritty and desperate. Ammo is scarce, melee hits feel weighty, and survival depends on learning how each creature behaves. You get weird tools, cyber implants, hacking abilities, even the option to purge contamination in ways only Death Trash would think of. None of it feels traditional, yet everything fits perfectly into the game's twisted atmosphere. What makes Death Trash so captivating is its unpredictability. One moment you're talking to a giant flesh god, and the next you're exploring a quiet ruin that hides something disturbing beneath the surface. Every new zone brings a strange surprise. Even in early access, it already delivers a haunting, unforgettable journey. And honestly, if the finished version fulfills even half of its potential, this might become one of the most unique RPG experiences out there. And that's it for today. I really hope you enjoyed the list. I tried to bring a mix of known titles and some real hidden gems that deserve way more attention. If I missed a game you love, or if you discovered something new here, let me know in the comments. I always check what you guys suggest. Don't forget to subscribe and leave a like, because it helps the channel more than you imagine. Thanks for watching, take care, and I'll see you in the next video.